Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Live Your Legacy, the conversational podcast where we explore how life's defining moments shape the legacy we leave behind. I'm your host, Patricia D. Fordenberg, also known as Patty from New York, and this show is rooted in simple truth. Grief is not always about death. Sometimes it comes through life's changes, losses, detours, and new beginnings. And here we speak with entrepreneurs, authors, leaders, and creators who have turned life's defining moments into meaningful work and lasting contributions. Because legacy is not what we leave behind. It is what we are shaping right now through vision, impact, and purpose. And today, I am honored to welcome Adrienne Barker to the show and to the stage. Welcome, Adrienne. How are you? And for those of you who may be meeting you for the first time, would you take a moment to tell us a little bit about what you do, who you are, and what work do you do? Adrienne, thank you for being here.
Who is Adrienne Barker? Adrienne is thought I would just read it from my book. Hi, guys. So Patty, thank you for having me. Thank you for making space. I grew up in the logo merchandise, promotional products industry. Branding was what I loved doing for businesses. And now I love branding the people behind the businesses and not just a business. So I am a visibility strategist, or you can call me the architect authority, and making sure that my clients shine, that they get booked on podcasts, that they get booked on stages. We get them into books, number one, which I love doing. And behind everything, I'm a podcast producer, which I love. And so glad that you had an opportunity to be a guest on Rebecca Green, host of Whiny Palooza, top 10 parenting podcast that's out there with so many other categories. She's trending to the top. So Patty, how are you today? Thank you.
Amazing. Hey, that first of all, a great production, great show, and she's very entertaining too, because I have been watching her show as well. Besides being honored to be a guest, but you also have other podcasts. Could you talk about the titles in case someone wants to go and look them up?
I'm a podcast producer for Grow Your Business and Grow Your Wealth with Gary Helt. Gary has so many guests that he's got them airing into July. Sorry, Gary. I say it's his fault because he's such a wonderful host. He's so good. And Daryl Burrow, Crashes, Claims, and Clarity. Daryl's amazing out of Georgia.
And a great producer, by the way. And a great producer.
Great producer. Daryl talks about, car accidents and what to look for. So he's got a great podcast. And then for myself, I have Adrienne Barker Speaks, No Prep Needed. I go live like you are with zero prep. And I have my daughter, my friend, with my daughter, Alana, exploring, can mothers be friends with their daughters? Can daughters be friends with their mothers? How does that all work?
Love it.
And then I have Professional Global Etiquette, that podcast, which is two AI hosts debating topics of etiquette. And then I have the Promo Playbook, where it is with myself, Lisa Fostick, and Kimberly Ballerine, and that is for the promotional products industry. We highlight boutique suppliers. So that is what's on the table.
Just amazing. We're going to get into it. We're going to get right into it. Okay. So get ready, put your boots on or take your shoes off, whichever tickles your fancy. Was there a pivotal moment that changed the direction of your life's work? Because you do a lot.
Really, there is.
So, tell me a little bit. Tell me a little bit more. Tell me.
There is. So I used to be served on the board of Meeting Professionals International, the South Florida board. And I absolutely loved serving on that board. It was so much fun. And we had an event one day, and we had a comedian out of Canada, and I don't even remember his name now, but he was talking and he said something, if you want to learn something, teach. And I was like, I want to learn corporate etiquette. Growing up in the family business, I felt that was a piece that I was missing. And I knew that I didn't actually know how to be comfortable in a setting with business professionals. I felt like I was uneasy. I remember it was dinner one time and Roger was sitting next to me, and I was like, Roger, can I order salad? Everyone's ordering a salad. Is that okay? The salad is extra. Roger, everyone's ordering a soup. Can I order soup? Would that be okay? Roger, everyone's ordering like a $14 martini. Can I order a $14 martini? Wait, everyone's ordered lobster and steak. Can I order lobster and steak? Like I wasn't sure, and neither was Roger. So at the end of the day, I was like, ooh, if I want to learn something, teach. And I felt like I really wanted to learn corporate etiquette. And that's when the pivotal moment when I realized I want to go into learning something, but I also want to be a teacher of it because I knew how much I needed it to be successful in business.
And a lot of life experience too. And you don't see that a lot. You're actually the first person I know. They might do it somewhere in the world. I never heard. That's amazing. I love that you found that gap. And now this question might really be an extension of what you just shared. But what challenge or transition shaped you the most?
First of all, the challenge was that I was uncomfortable. I didn't know what to do, but I also had a good feeling that watching. So what was happening is the suppliers were coming in and they were making sales calls, but they weren't being professional. And I thought, oh, if I was doing this, would I stand up to make a presentation? Would I be so friendly and make things, jokey all the time? Or would I be more serious? I get, being lighthearted and I love having fun, but how can you combine the two so that you're still professional? And in the meantime, some reps were coming in and they were saying some outrageous things. And I was like, there is such a lack of corporate etiquette in a lot of businesses. In this particular business, I could just see it, day to day with myself wanting to make sure that I was doing everything as right as I could, because I understood that empathy in business and etiquette in business could really help to support your sales, right? And before the family business, I worked for Muscular Dystrophy Association for 12 years. And also as a fundraiser, having etiquette in business and empathy made sense. And so, I understood Robert Rules of Order and I loved having meetings because I could do that. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to put order in some of the different things that were taking place around me. And so it wasn't that long ago, Patty. It was only 11 years ago that I made the decision. I had already been 35 years in the family business. I was losing my mojo for selling. And I thought, you know what? It would be a really great thing for me to start professional global etiquette with a goal to go to China and teach Western etiquette. I love that idea. I was still young enough and I knew that, I could do something like that before I hit the retirement age in China. And so I studied what school to go to. That took time. I landed with the Protocol School of Washington with that was a school, Dorothea Johnson, whose name is very well known in the industry, but Pamela Eyring has a course now. So it was really fun. It was in Virginia and she trains cabinet members, ambassadors around the world. So, we took our time to learn how to even do a proper handshake, which was like half a day.
Well, you must be reading my mind, Adrienne, because I was going to ask you, you're so enthusiastic about this course. Was it practical and theory combined? It sounds like it was a little practical and theory combined.
It really was. I found that what was harder for us is, obviously giving a good handshake, which I felt comfortable with, but also making a proper introduction. How you write off, labels, invitations, all of that. If you're having an event, being that protocol officer that we don't have right now in the White House. I don't think that the president has a protocol officer or corporate etiquette, someone who can guide conversation and help, whisper in the world, Patty, that is Chief Ambassador so-and-so from so-and-so, and his favorite cake is Dubai chocolate cake. And you'd say, hello.
I could use that person too, by the way. I could use that person too, by the way.
Me too. I love Dubai chocolate. But, and then my favorite part was wearing makeup and getting ready for getting on podcasts and getting on interviews, which is so funny back then. But I loved it. It was intense. It was it was expensive, and it was a lot of time together to make sure that we all understood it. Then we graduated, beautiful plaque, beautiful award. And then I went right on. I think I had my first article was less than 2 weeks in the Promotional Products Association International Business Magazine. So a nice big magazine. And I was on the front cover of it. The Power of Corporate Etiquette in Business. Yep.
Wow. And the first is always such a like special, thing. It just really is, it really is a milestone. Are you still affiliated with anybody from that time, from when you took the course? Any affiliations with the teacher
them
or
on
or the
Facebook
students?
and, we share all of that. We share, and I follow on Facebook. It's so funny. My first social post, I thought I will do like 50 days of 50 country etiquettes. Like, so the idea was if you were going to go to Brazil,
Oh, that's
what
clever.
would you need for Brazil? And then, so it kind of talk to you about what you would need, what time looks like there, what food looks like when you're going to eat, all of that, how you talk with them. And so I did that. So it's so fun now. I still have it on my on everything. So professional etiquette logo is red and purple. I still kept my logo because that is, to me, it's the red and purple of royalty, and I love it. So it's shaped everything that we are today, including Manner Shift, my book Manner Shift, and my young professional. So this is the full one for us adults.
We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. I'm really excited to learn more about that. I know a little bit, peoples, but I'm excited for you to share with the world. Was there a revelation, a lesson, a personal motto that helped you in your journey? Was there
Yes, because I always knew that it was important to leave your ego at the door. Humility is only 30 seconds away. I do believe in being humble, being authentic. And then as life would have it, during the last 10, 11 years, especially this year, it's been all about being credible, being trustworthy. Are you who you say you are? And that was another commitment that I made to myself, is to fulfill all my obligations to the end. So with SCORE, I became the VP of Southern Arizona SCORE. And love that, and completed that assignment.
Wait a minute. Wow. That's like, is that like philanthropy? I know what SCORE is, but that's like very giving. That's giving. Really a work of service above self, for sure. Wow. Great stuff. Great stuff, Adrienne.
Well,
I didn't mean to cut you off there.
I became the first woman chairwoman here in Volusia County for SCORE. So in 2021, I was able to, my father had passed away. I moved to Daytona Beach to open up my family's 5th art gallery. And then my father had passed away. So set everything up, and I got re-engaged with the SCORE office here. And I committed to my 2 years to be a SCORE chairwoman. Sheila came in the last year. I had her co-chair, and then succession is so important in any of these organizations. And so then Sheila took over as chair, and I did a 5-month road trip with my daughter. And we completed that in 2023. I've done 5 leadership programs through the chambers: Leadership Orlando, Leadership Hollywood, Leadership Port Orange, Leadership Daytona, and Leadership Osceola. Completed all of that, served on board, served on committee, was chairwoman. But I've always made sure, just, if you're going to serve, commit, and then it's okay to end it. Just end it at the time you're supposed to be ending it, and make it better than you left it. And as a Cub Master of over a couple hundred boys, I made sure that was a commitment too. Even as a Cub Master, I'm like, I have to hike the 3 miles with the boys.
Wow.
Anyway, so I've done a lot.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's just, so you also, you mentioned, leave your ego at the door too. Stay committed, leave your ego at the door, and just follow through. That's really like something really, obviously it works. You just named a lot of things. That's just amazing. You're a real inspiration to me and so many. Adrienne, what would you say to your younger self?
Well, I tell, if I only was able to tell my younger self, because a couple things. One is, and I wrote a book for my younger self, it's not my secret to share the power, the burden and consequences of secrets and how tough they are. And I think I would have said, don't share too many secrets because they kept me up all night long sometimes, the ones I shouldn't have shared. And it's okay to say no if someone wants to give you a secret. So that was important. Also, I would tell myself, you do not need to have the last word, Adrienne. It's okay. Let someone else have the last word. I don't have to always have the last word. And that was a lesson that I was taught at, not that young of an age, but in my 40s, I recognized that and made it a point that I didn't have to have that last word. I didn't have to have that feeling that I had to have that last post and last sentence that it had to come from me, that I was going to be okay. Let them think what they want to think. I'm okay with that.
That's really good stuff. It sounds simple, but it's definitely an ego challenge, right? I don't know if that's even we even need to use the ego. That's just a human dilemma, I think, right? I think by default it's like we just got to say what we have to say. But being able just to walk away and being okay with it, not having the last word. And that book, Adrienne, I remember you did mention it. Now it's coming back to my memory. That book, we could talk about it for like 3 hours. I think we could talk about that book for 3 hours. That's really, really good. What was the aha moment? Or is it a secret? Pardon the pun. What was the aha moment for that book?
My son was sharing with me that he was getting married and it was going to be a very quiet wedding. And he wasn't, he wanted to keep it quiet for a little bit and he didn't want me to say anything. And I said, Sam, it's not my secret to share. And then I'm like, oh my God, that's a great name for a book. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, it's not my secret to share. There's no books out there telling kids what to do with secrets. Like, a birthday party secret, that's a good secret to keep, right? Like that's a fun secret.
Yeah.
And you don't want to spoil the party, a secret that your, mommy smokes cigarettes in the bathroom at night. Well, that may not be such a great secret to share. You may not want to tell the doctor when you're, with your mom, like, wait, she smokes cigarettes. Like just the little things in life and some of the bigger things. And growing up in a family business, there were a lot of secrets, and there were secrets that I had shared that I probably shouldn't have shared, and knowing that I shouldn't have shared them would keep me up. And my mom knew secrets of employees. And I'm like, Mom, how do you know secrets? Like, what's going on here? And I just recognize that there is the burden of secrets and the power of secrets. And it all goes into that consequences of secrets. And I'm like, there's no book out there. So I'm very proud to say that this book is more for middle school. It also is based on a doctor. So it does share some wisdom on actual secrets. Do you know that there's a certain age when you're old enough to really understand that when you can tell a secret, like little kids will go, mommy, that person looks funny in that skirt. And you're thinking, like, why are you even telling me that, kid? Like, you know what I mean? When they understand.
Yeah.
So
oh, I think I'm going to have to get that book for my excuse me, my granddaughter. She's in middle school now. And,
and then this is a little older version.
Age appropriate. She'll be 12. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I love how
one.
much work you do with the youth. I mean, that's just so beautiful. Yeah. The cover, you could tell that one's more mature.
And there's a workbook.
And does that one talk about like temptation? Because that's all about temptation.
Yes.
Like wanting to tell a secret, like, ooh, something, like the temptation. It's like, oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. That's why I know.
Yep.
I sometimes, like you said, don't tell me. Just don't tell me. Don't tell me, because it's not mine. Like don't tell me. Oh my gosh, that was really smart of you, though, because I think that's necessary. Because like whether you're an adult, a child will learn it, before they get in trouble or making something, wrong. But as an adult, it's like a reinforcement, a reminder. Hey, think twice before you speak, or when you're having a conversation, be honest and tell them, what, I love you, but don't tell me, because I don't feel comfortable. So with that being said, what wisdom would you want your future self to keep holding on to?
And by the way, I did turn that into a course. It's not my secret to share. If kids,
of course
if
you
it's
did.
easier for them to, if it's easier
That's
them
awesome.
to navigate some scenarios than it would be to read a book.
That's awesome.
I figured that would make sense. What kind of wisdom do I share?
What wisdom would you want your future self to keep holding on to? What, maybe it was just that, but I'm just going to ask you the question anyway.
No, I love that. I love that. Be authentic to yourself. I think that's really important, to know yourself and understand all the emotions that can come with it. Give yourself grace. I think it's really important. I have a hard time with taking a sick day or being sick. I if I'm laying in bed for a couple hours because I'm not feeling well, I'm feeling guilty about it. I got to stop doing that. I got to remind myself. Say yes to opportunity and figure it out later. I've always said that. That's something that has steered me and some of my great friends really well, saying yes and figuring it out later, like what you did with the podcast. You just said yes and move forward with it, and share your knowledge. Yeah,
that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Wow. So this one's a question that is a staple. Who has been the most memorable mentor in your life? And if maybe you could give us a little bit of why.
That's
a hard one. There's probably a lot, and you can name a lot if you want to. But who comes to mind first?
My mom. My mom definitely taught me a lot. They both taught me. Like, they taught me to, yes, I love the necklace that they told me to give to you. It's crazy. My parents gave some great advice. Like, I'm not allowed to say I'm busy, and that carried me through. My mom would say, the first time I ever said I'm busy, I got a lot on my plate, was like, don't ever say that, Adrienne. First of all, it's a turnoff to other people. So if I'm on here telling you guys, I'm so busy, oh my God, Patty, I can't think straight, I'm busy, busy, busy. You may be like, well, then I don't want to give her any business if she's so busy. I'll find someone else. So always be excited to get new business. Never say you're busy, because a woman at home with her baby is busy. That's busy. So that's a lesson that I learned from them. Be careful of your tone. Read emails, watch what you're saying, take the tone out of it. They were the first ones to say, write it, but don't send it, get it off your chest, but don't do anything drastic. Give things 24 hours to think about it. My dad taught me, you got to know enough about something in order to hire someone. You can't hire someone to, paint the wall if you don't know anything about painting a black wall white, right? You need to have some information. So equip yourself with knowledge so that you can know the right questions to ask if you're looking to hire someone. So that was always great advice. Pay your suppliers first. My parents always said that. And just a whole bunch of, making sure I love providing, unrecognizable hospitality, going above and beyond, making sure before I ask a question of my client that I look in that they haven't answered it before. So if I ask you a question, at least know that I've done my research to try to find it. If I say I've looked everywhere, I can't find it, it's because I actually did look everywhere. I don't get lazy and looking. I don't want to give other people work to do.
That's awesome. Oh gosh, I want to get into that, but we'll have to do it on a different platform, because I now things are making sense, because I caught that where in your producer mode when I was on the show, I'm like, oh, Adrienne has something to do. Okay, but that's awesome. That's great advice, and shout out to your parents in heaven. I know you shared a little bit about them. If you want to, this is the opportunity. If you want to give a shout out to your mom and dad and their legacy.
I love that.
Next question is, what does legacy mean to you?
Yeah. So my mom would say, I wish I had all the money in the world to give it away. They were very generous. There was never a time if I said to my dad, I need a piece of artwork for, and whatever that for was, always gave me artwork. Always. When I first moved down here, made sure I had artwork to donate to the gallery. As a matter of fact, the first 250 people that came in the doors of the gallery when we opened in October of 2018 got beautiful angels, beautiful figurines that were angels. my parents were incredibly generous. They wanted to make sure that the community knew that we weren't just another boutique store or gallery, that we were giving to the community. So I donated artwork for the Hotel and Motel Lodging Association. And, just they taught me how to give and how to care and how to serve on committees and boards. And I started at a young age serving. I was lucky enough to work for Muscular Dystrophy Association, raising about $1 million a year for MDA, putting on the telethons. That was like a great life experience, meeting Jerry Lewis a few times. I just loved like that memory.
I remember Jerry Lewis telethons. Yes. That's great.
It was so great. I have even my year with American Cancer Society in Tucson was amazing. So they coming from families that, just love to give. My dad after 9/11, my parents after the World Trade Center went down, and my dad learned of all the kids that have lost their homes, lost the, daycare centers, losing all their artwork. My dad got some artwork from Melanie Taylor Kent, and it was the Statue of Liberty, the rededication. And my dad got them all, had her sign them all, framed them all, and then donated them to various hospitals, public service. He was still donating in 2017 and 18. And if you Google Art from the Heart and Barker, it'll pop up. Gloria, my dad always put my mom's name first. Gloria and Herb Barker. He'd get mad if you said Herb Barker first. He's like, it's Gloria and Herb Barker. He was very particular about that.
That's so beautiful.
People credit, gosh. Never wanted to take the credit himself. Yeah, they're beautiful people. So thank you, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for teaching Adrienne so much wonderful, etiquette and ways to live and mottos to live by. I mean, seriously, that's just all so beautiful what you're saying. I'm choked up. Wow. So what do you hope people remember most about the way you live, work, and serve? I mean, it seems like you're a lot like your parents, but just saying.
Patty, I have one big regret, and that is, why didn't I think to put my dad on a podcast? That is I'm so annoyed. It wasn't like podcasts didn't exist. In 2012, 13, 14, I should have got him on a podcast, should have created a YouTube channel for him and did YouTube for him. I wasn't thinking that. To me, social media was just like LinkedIn and Facebook, X, Twitter. I really wasn't thinking of any of that. And I have videos, but they're not that great. So for me and my legacy, well, the kids do have, they'll have hours and hours and hours of video to watch. That's for sure. If they just Google Adrienne Barker Speaks, no prep needed, they'll see all of my videos. Right now I have over 200. So maybe they'll have more to see, more of the shows that I've been on like this, so that they watch the books that I have. So it's not my secret to share. And these all have a dedication to my sons. And I have a dedication page, Manner Shift, the Young Professional Guide. And I have to my husband, to my oldest son, Alexander Coleman, his wife, Corey Coleman, my grandchildren, Michaela and Axel, Samuel Coleman, Julianne Coleman, granddaughter, Sophie Coleman, Rudolph Barker, Erica Barker, my daughter, best friend, Alana Angel. I make sure that each of my books do have them in it. And then, of course, my anthology book, which I'm very excited about. I'm working on my third one right now. And thank you to all the authors that have said yes. I'm very excited about that. I am putting them in my book, my next book, which will be a different color because I have Christina Baca. My books will always have some.
And you also have this book.
Yes, that book has Summer Woods in it. And you wouldn't know who Summer Woods is unless you read the book, and then you realize she's a very lovely young singer from Pasadena. She's making it. She's working really hard, and she has a great article in there. And here you have Christina, the new book. You'll have Christina Baca. You'll have Patty. You'll have Noel May. So I always try to make sure I have some that I can offer to do at no charge. That was important to me, to make sure that's a gift that I could do. I have my courses.
And that's a really clever. And these books are really clever because they're from your interviews, so they're just it's just so clever that you made them into books. I just want to remind everybody, we got some love going on LinkedIn here by Rhonda Palmer. And thank you for joining us. And she says, you're both wonderful ladies. Thank you. I'll receive that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Blessings to you as well. Adrienne, this is so, I love everything you've shared so far, from the etiquette to the mottos to the books. Like, you're so creative. It's just, it blows my mind. I love it. I love how creative you are. But with that being said, before we get to your website and where people could find you, because we're going to get to that too, people, what is something about you and your journey that most people would be surprised to learn?
You know, when you were just saying different, I'm thinking to myself, wait, I forgot to tell you about my SWOT and order book. I want to do things that are different. I just want to do things. So these books are created by pod2book.com, POD to book. It's an amazing program that Sheila Slick created. She's the founder. But when she did it, I thought, Sheila, what if we did podium to page? What if we actually took an event, a speaker's event, and showed how that could be turned into a book? And Sheila's like, absolutely. I'm like, I'll do it. I'll do SWOT and order, because I love strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in a business, swatting out a business. And then in the beginning, I thought, oh, I'll do it, because I forgot to tell you, I'm the co-host of Debate the News True Crime. I don't know what I'm thinking, forgetting that. Sorry, Joseph.
I'm like, it blows my mind, but at this point, you're not surprising me anymore. I'm like, she's, Secret Service. No, I'm just kidding. It's amazing. It just, you really are truly an inspiration, because I know this is all about you, but I must say that you inspire me, because I like to do a lot of things. And sometimes people will give their advice and say, I think you're doing too much. And I'm not asking them to do any work for me. So I just always wonder, like, why are they stressed out about what I'm doing? But here you are, perfect example of somebody who's doing it all. We almost lost you, and did a lot. So, I want to say thank you. Thank you, because it's not just for Patty that you're inspiring. There's so many women or men or children or whatever age you are that need to hear this message. So thank you. We got some love coming in from Bella Unplugged. This is Bella, our friend Bella from BWC on Clubhouse. She has Bella Biz. She is also a change maker. She says amazing conversation. Thank you for the love. We appreciate you, Bella. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for being here. We got Adrienne Barker doing a way lot, but go ahead. I left you off with the question. Okay. What is that? What are you doing that most people would be surprised to learn?
So SWOT and Order was a 2-day, 21 speaker event. Everyone came on time. All the speakers were amazing. Within 24 hours of the event ending on October 14 and 15, 9 to 6, the speakers all had their manuscript in their hand. Sheila worked on it. She did an amazing job. And that book is available on Amazon, SWOT, S-W-O-T, and Order. Originally, I was going to do it like true crime, but I realized that just wasn't going to work for that. Mixing true crime. I didn't want to murder people's businesses. No. But anyway, if someone said, let's do something, Adrienne, I say, how can I do it differently? I don't want to do the same thing, but I also want to just express one thing to you. So I don't know what episode it is, but in Professional Global Etiquette, the 2 AI podcast hosts that I have, they actually debate about giving opinions, right? Do you share your opinion with everyone? Patty, I've got a sore throat. You need to drink this and you should have this to drink. Or do you not share your opinion? It was a conversation I wanted to debate about so badly, right? So that is one of the chapters, is that.
That's great.
Right? Because there's some times where I catch myself, like, people don't always want advice. And you've got to know how to read that room, right? And we learn so much on social audio that it's like an eye-opening experiment. You just want to join us on Breakfast with, I do Thursday mornings at 7:30. Yeah. But anyway, so I think that that I like to do things differently. So if you ask me what to do something for you, I'm going to look and see, how can I do it a little differently to make sure that you're standing out in a crowd. I think that's really important. So I do have spots open for my Barker Brand Amplifier program, where I get your LinkedIn looking great, because hosts want you to have a good LinkedIn, right? You like my LinkedIn?
That's right. Yep.
Sexy
Yep.
LinkedIn.
Yep.
And
I already knew this I already knew, because I go to your segments. And you do teach. I mean, you wear your teacher's hat. And I encourage everybody to come and follow you wherever you are. Let's put some of your socials on here, because you want to follow Adrienne. Check her out on Facebook, and we also have her website, and we're gonna go right there now. Before we go to the website, were you an artist when you were younger? Like, did you do art? I feel like it's just such a creative. Did you do drawings and stuff like that too, or are you just creative with ideas?
Creative with ideas. My dad was creative with ideas too. No, I can hardly write. I can't even read my own writing. No, creative with ideas, but always had an artist to act, literally had artists my whole life growing up, because that's what you did when you're branding a company, is you have artists. So my creativity, sometimes they're like, no, can't do it. Nowadays they would be able to, but this was, okay. So Alana, my daughter, is 20. So Alana is 20, and she's just going into the workplace, and immediately situations happen. And the first thing I notice is that, and this is actually advice, I'm going to give this advice and be a little strong. If you are hiring employees, get back to them and let them know if they're not being hired. Don't forget that you may have a business that they want to go in. So for instance, a restaurant in Ormond Beach, a fast food place, Chick-fil-A Chicks or whatever, chicken salad chicks. Okay, my daughter went in there. She hired. They were very nice to her. She went back in again. She was so sure. Oh my God, they really like me. They never even bothered writing to her. But why not? Why not take that opportunity to make her a fan? They could have said, Alana, I'm sorry. We're not going with you, but we'd love for you to come in and try our fries at 50 cents off. You don't even have to give a lot, but just be smart enough to know that you're either going to make them a fan or not a fan, right? So every time I hired at the gallery that I ran, I used Indeed. They make it so easy. You press a couple of buttons, you can send not interested, you can send messages, but I knew that these people, they lived in my community. They would come into my gallery. I didn't want them coming into my place of work and being like, oh, they never got back to me. And that's what happens. Employees will remember. So how easy it is at the start of when you're looking to hire, that you show that you are a company that really cares about people. And then I thought, well, poor Alana, she doesn't know either. So I need to teach her in the workplace, and Manner Shift got developed. It was the idea that now that she's 20, she's going into the workforce, and their workforce scenarios. So things that have happened, I practiced a little bit on, and I think we'll go back and do this Thursday, some more of it, because it's really fun. But it's teaching us too, the scenarios. What do you do when you're being interrupted and you're running a meeting? What does business casual mean? Right. Our young professionals, they graduate from high school, they graduate from college, and then they're thrown in the workforce, and they don't understand. And some of us leaders don't understand. Yes, make them a fan, if not an employee, right? Well, Anita, how are you? I think that makes so much sense. I mean, they could have given her a cake pop, for $1 off.
And I know what I love about the story too. You know what I love about that story too, and it really it's so complete for the show. From something that wasn't so good, something good came out of it. Something that wasn't so good, something good came out of it. And we're going to share right now the website. I didn't want to distract, but here's your website. And thank you, Janita, for being here. And we got a few fans and people supporting. Great idea. Make them a fan, not an employee. If not an employee. And you're right. And reputation is everything. I mean, once you have a bad reputation, it takes so much. It takes my sister always says, it takes 100 rights to fix one wrong. So much truth. But we're going to go through the website here. And I just want to bring up where we can find this website, which is right here. And this was beautiful. And this is what you're speaking of. So I'm going to go through here and just go ahead and blurt out anything you want while we're scrolling. If you see it's affordable, this is, and look, you could even, try it for a free preview. Go ahead, Adrienne. It's all yours.
Yeah, no, I wanted to make it. It was $19. I don't not same price as my LinkedIn course, which is an amazing course. People are charging $1,500. I'm giving it for 19. Here's all the things that you will learn. It's a nice, easy dashboard for the kids. It's just scenarios, which I love. It's easy. They're not going to get tested at the end, but there's scenarios. If they answer the scenario wrong, then if you want to go back and do a quick preview, we could do a real quick one just to kind of give that idea. If you show,
let's go. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if you could see it, because sometimes it will. Do you see the preview? I just opened it up.
Yes. And this is a preview. Yep. We see the future of manners, and then the interactive, and then do you want to read that?
Yeah, I got the future of manners, core principles, lessons content. This lesson covers the essential principles and practices of the future of manners. I love that. And you'll learn through real workplace scenarios that challenge you to apply professional judgment and etiquette knowledge. Because, etiquette is like, sometimes you think it's common sense, but common sense is not so common, right? This is my thought. It's not on the website here. But the virtual, we got virtual meeting interruption, and you got right over here. You got punctuality problems. Oh yeah, that one's important. You got the email tone crisis, the dress code dilemma. Oh, these are great. The social media slip. Oh boy. The active listening test. This is great. $19. Okay. I mean, that's like going to Starbucks with a coffee and a bagel.
Exactly.
Go back to the top.
Go back. So I'll show you. So the other thing is, so now Alana's in the workplace, and no, I'm not going to tell you where she works, but she comes back. So the first day she was uncomfortable because one of the coworkers. Oh, go back to the homepage for a second, and then I'm going to have you scroll down. Okay. So go back. Okay. And then scroll down to Alana's lessons. So, this kid's asking her personal questions. And he reached out. There was, so now Alana's lessons. So this is like real life lessons, of when is asking too many of your personal questions, is that a nice thing? Taking when you're in a text group and then the manager says, don't text outside the text group, but that person does that, when do you share that information with the manager? So these are the first 3 blogs that we have. These are just really real life lessons that you can read. This is really a great program for anyone that is looking for work or going into the workplace. So I would think for your seniors, even juniors working, because kids are working younger nowadays. And also here in Florida, they can work and there's no breaks or, when we were spoiled, you work 4 hours, you take a 15-minute break and you look forward to that. There's none of that either anymore. So we want to make sure they understand their expectations.
And this is at your own pace?
This is at your own pace, yeah.
This is at your own pace?
Yes.
Okay. That's also.
And I think managers should buy it for their staff.
You don't get to finish it. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. No, you do it in your own. But I think managers,
I love it.
And leaders should do
it. Absolutely love it.
Thank you. I do too. Actually,
absolutely love it.
Here's all the scroll all the way down.
All the modules.
Yep. Scroll all the way down to the all the way down to the bottom, and then do you see where it says main website? Click the main website there. Mm-hmm. Underneath. It should say, do you see that? Nope. I think up a little bit, up under the about. What is that? The last one. I think that says.
Wait, hold on.
The about.
There's about. There's Alana's lessons blogs.
Nope. Go back and
I got Alana's lesson blogs.
Nope. Okay, scroll back down. Go. Okay. What's the bottom one? Alana's lessons. What's the other ones that I can't see? But what does it say?
About Adrienne?
Nope.
Main website. Oh, that's
main website. Like that. Yep.
Professional global etiquette.
Nope. Click the main website.
Okay.
The one that says main website. Is it clicking?
Okay.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's clicking. Do you see it? Did it change on your end?
Oh no, not up yet.
Oh, okay. Because you know what? I think because I have to share that page now. So that's what happened. I just have to share a different page. So I'll remove that, but it's okay.
So what this is,
what are you going to say about it while I grab it?
This is the companion website. So this is some more scenarios. It's not a quiz, but this is if you woke up. Oh, Alexa, stop! Alexa, stop! Alexa, stop, please. You're so pretty, Alexa. Talk nice to your AI. Just
absolutely.
Okay, so this is
absolutely.
This is actually pre-prompted. I kind of love this site. Oh, that's my okay. So let's go to where it says Manner Shift on the top. That's my professional global etiquette site, and then see where it says Manner Shift, and then it should open up to. So I have a main page. I have a main page that allows you to, like, if you just woke up sick and you're like, I got to write a letter, or I don't know how to tell my boss that I wasn't happy with what he did yesterday. It's a main site that you could go in, and it's pre-prompted. So you don't have to like say, here's my situation. It already knows all the situations. And then you could type something and it'll give you a professional email to write. So just kind of a professional email writer. So yeah,
so,
and that's
so if we go to mannershift.com and we scroll all the way down, it will be there under global etiquette. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So if you scroll all the way down, it says main website, and then here I'll put it in the thing, and then the main website is interactive, and I will post the comment right here, and there it is right there. Yeah. So it's all the way in the footer, and it says main website. So yeah, so I love it. It's just a nice little site that you can have for free that kind of just shows. It's a companion to the actual. It rewrites your message in live professional tones instantly. I love it.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you. I love that you just keep on giving. You're such a giver. Well, we're coming to the end of the show. Any closing remarks, Adrienne Barker, my dear friend? Thank you so much for being here. And there's so much more. You're gonna have to come back. You're gonna have to come back, especially when your other books are out. You're gonna have to come back. I'm gonna ask you to come back one more time. But anyway, give us some closing remarks, my dear friend.
Thank you. No, thank you for your time. My phone number is on LinkedIn, 386-631-4577. Would love to help you, get you booked on podcasts, or just how is your LinkedIn, by the way? Because my LinkedIn course is really great. And you can find that under adriennebarker.com. I'm just saying, because it's $19 and you have nothing to lose. I'll refund the money if you don't really like the course, but I think it's a great course, and it teaches you how to do your lead generation. And you get 50% off being with me too. So buy my books, Unscripted Brilliance, Manner Shift, the Young Professionals Guide. It's not my secret to share. I want to see every student have this book. It's really important. And the courses. And if you want a course, you're thinking about creating a course for yourself, call me. I will help you do that too. So there's not much I can't do, Patty. And thank you so much for having me as a guest on your show. I love it. You're doing everything perfectly.
You're amazing.
Right.
And we got this one too. So check her out. There's your Facebook. Again, thank you so much. And thank you all for being here on Live Your Legacy with Adrienne Barker today. Professional global etiquette. Beautiful, beautiful stories. Thank you so much. And giveaways. Thank you for so much information for us to implement. And with that being said, this show is produced by Mr. Graham, a global solution to cope with grief, mourning at the speed of life. This show is Live Your Legacy. And we talk about life here and what we're doing with it. Thank you so much, Adrienne. It's been a pleasure. And with that being said, until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and God bless. Thank you.